Should we talk about some things I'm looking forward to in the event here? I'll give a leak. I'll give a shout out because this is also far enough away, so people aren't even gonna remember this by the time it happens. But this is actually like the best advice ever. I was watching some videos talking about investments and ways to make money in the upcoming events. And there's a sleeper one that I've talked about it before on this channel, and I feel like nobody talk. I'm telling you, like I'm hyping this up because I think this is genuinely probably the best investment you can make in the game. And I'll tell you the exact layout, okay? This is what I'm most excited for in terms of making money. I'll just show this, man. I've showed this before, but I swear to you, man, people don't talk about this. People sleep on this. They don't know about this. I guess it's more niche. This is just free money, in my opinion. Alright, check this out. So, hidden ability Excadrills or Drillburs are 800k, okay? That's insane. It's insane, okay? And the reason for this is because the hidden ability is really good. So, let me just show you this. The hidden ability here is going to be Mold Breaker, which means moves can be used regardless of abilities. What that means is that Excadrill can hit a Pokemon that has Levitate with Earthquake. That's what that means, okay? Over Sand Rush or Sand Force, and nobody uses Sand to boost like this. Nobody does this. So it means you can hit Levitate Pokemons with Earthquake. That's insane. It's insanely powerful. And they only come into the game... I think I'm out of... No, okay, I still have more. They only come into the game during Lunar New Year event, okay? You can get one by beating it as a raid. It'll be a raid. You can get one from beating a raid. And you can also get them from Mysterious Balls in the Lunar New Year event. That's like always been a thing, right? Because, or like since, you know, Mysterious Balls have like released Pokemon and stuff and they use that as a way to introduce hidden abilities into the game as well, you're not going to see an Alpha Excadrill. You're not going to see an Alpha Excadrill in the normal game, alright? That's how like people bring in hidden ability Pokemon, right? You're only going to see it as the raid boss and then as a reward from Mysterious Balls, okay? In the Lunar New Year event. So... in the Lunar New Year event, the price for a hidden ability Excadrill or Drillbur is going to drop down to around 200k. Maybe lower, right? Now, it's 800k. Do you see what I'm saying? It's insane. It's insane. Now, this is also something you have to be like aware of the market and aware of the timing. This is not an investment you make for over a year. But again, that's if you do it properly, that's why it's so good. If you buy hidden ability Drillburs or Excadrills at the bottom price, like... last couple days of Lunar New Year event, that would be probably then, or like maybe like into a week out of after it, while the price is still recovering. Right? It's gonna return to that bottom level next year, okay? But you have this huge bubble in the meantime of the supply of this really important ability for also a really good Pokemon, an OU staple. It's always going to be very expensive if you can't get your hands on it, right? Like, there's, like, what is it, like 2 weeks a year or something you can get them? So it's always going to have value, and it already has that intrinsic scarcity tied in. So you just buy, I would literally say, as many as you possibly can afford in that, like, last little time of the Lunar New Year event, like the last couple days of it being up, maybe a week or two, maybe even a month to after it's over, when people are still popping Mysterious Balls and, you know, bringing more into the game. By then, wait 6 to 9 months, sell them all, insane profit. I mean, it's the freest investment in the entire game. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. It's so free. But yeah, no one talks about it, man. But I guess that's also probably why it's as good. But yeah, take my advice. I'm telling you, I'm planning on doing that so much. Like, I'm planning on, like, honestly, I'm planning on keeping like a couple million just for buying Excadrills. I'm gonna get like 2-3 boxes full of hidden ability Excadrills, and it's even better, by the way. It's even better if you can slap on if you can slap on 231s and Adamant or Jolly. Let me just show you Excadrill. Let me go ahead and just show this hidden ability. Yes, please. With attack with speed. Now you're looking at a million. Okay, you're looking at a million. 200k plus some breeding costs, let's just call it 300k to a million. And you just have to wait 6-9 months and then sell it. I mean, I'm actually about to sell mine. Like, for real, I was kind of waiting until the Halloween raid starts, because I think that'll bring in more people to the game, potentially drive up the demand maybe a little bit more, and also there'll be a direct purpose. Like, the raids have started, it's, you know, good Pokemon get value a little bit higher. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Another day, another stream. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, I was gonna, like, specifically wait until probably, like, day 1 of Halloween. I was gonna sell some of my Excadrills, but there's not really a wrong answer. Like, now is kind of the time to sell them, okay? And the closer you get to Lunar New Year, also, the more people are willing to just wait it out. They're like, oh, this is 1 million? I'm just gonna wait for Lunar New Year, if they know what they're doing. So, you have to play that balance as well. Just taking a break from all the homework? Yeah. I feel you. Well, not really, I graduated. Loser! Just kidding. But no, I was there. It can really drain you down. I wasn't trying to clown on you like that. I don't know. I just thought it was funny. Anyway. But yeah, good luck with school. It's like actually really cool to be... It's cool to be in school. Stay in school, kids. That's the secret they don't want you to know. What am I doing? Oh yeah, HP. Hey man, I'm almost done. Good for you. Good for you. Like I said, that's actually, it's cool to be in school. Kids will try to tell you different, but I feel like everybody sees past that shit now. You know? It's like... yeah, getting good grades is cool, in my opinion. Alright. So here we go. Do you evolve it right away or not? I don't think it matters, right? I don't think it matters. Also, I think you can always delay the evolution. I don't think there's anything bad that could happen from delaying an evolution as well. So I don't have to worry about it. That's just kind of like a thing. Like, it's only ever like you can evolve it too early and then you miss a move. I don't think it's like... yeah. Yeah. I'm just TMing at this point anyway. Let's see. Yeah, isn't it like the exact same? Yeah, it's fine. Alright. You're not hearing any offers to do your homework? Yeah, and you won't. Interesting observation. Very correct. Factual. I remember there was this one time, this is so funny, man. There was this one time in 6th grade, I had just transferred schools. So like I was in public schools my whole life. And then for 6th grade, my mom was teaching at a Catholic school actually. So like we had free tuition. So she was like, why don't you come to the school that I work at. So I did that for a year. And I remember because I was in 5th grade and I went to go like do like a shadow day. So that, like that's what, if you're gonna switch schools, like that's kind of usually standard protocol. Unless you're just like, my family's moving to this new state, like I'm going to the new school anyway. But you'll go and shadow somebody for a day to kind of see what the school is like. And I remember there was this one kid, I actually had played lacrosse with him, like growing up. And I swear to you, he tried to punk me on day 0. I wasn't even there yet. It was day 0. Sorry, I was checking the wrong poke. We're at 80 now, right? Yeah. It was day 0. And he tried to punk check me. He was like, he had this math homework and he kept on trying to get me to do it. And I was just kind of joking around with like all the people there and just like hanging out, and he was like kind of being annoying, so I kind of like, you know, make a joke of it or whatever, of him doing that. And then he's just like so annoying. Eventually I was like, all right, fine, bet. Gave me the piece of paper and he gave it to me and I just wrote down random answers all over his paper, like clearly, you know what I mean? Like everyone knew what I was doing, like it was a gag. I just handed it back to him. And he still kept on trying to punk check me and being like, bro, I'm handing this in, like, if it's not right, like, you're gonna be in trouble. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? It's your homework that you were trying to punk me into doing for you. Like, hand it in, bro, it is alright. Like, I was telling him, like, no, dude, it's alright, bro. Trust, I'm a genius. I was telling him, like, hand it in, bro. It's, like, such a stupid, sorry. It's just, like, it's one of those things from the movies, right, where they try to, like, make the nerds do the homework, but, like, alright, if they're really gonna punk you like that, literally just scribble, it will take you 2 minutes or less, just scribble random shit on their paper and tell them to hand it in. Like, they're playing themselves at that point. Alright, hold on, let me change the scene real quick so I can open up Google Chrome. But I always thought that was a funny story, like, What an idiot, bro. Anyway. But yeah, don't let kids take advantage of you in school, man. You gotta stand up for yourself. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, let me shout this out too as well, because this is a great research. I was gonna do a video about this, but the forum post is like so good, and I refer to it all the time that I'm like, I mean, I could still make a video about the forum post if y'all wanted, but I'll just show this right now. Right here. So this, okay, it's like super old as well. It just tells you everything. Best spots for EVs, highest XP spots, and yeah, alternative spots too if you don't have access to everything. Like if you only beat one region. That's why I was saying before, like if you only beat one region, the game still opens up to you so much. You have so many options for EV training and all this stuff. But we're just gonna stick with the best spots. We were just at Merrill. We were doing Golduck earlier. Yeah, okay, yeah, Pelipper's defense and then special defense here. Kanto 7 Island. I thought it was also just Undella Town. Like this is Undella Bay for defense, then I thought Undella Town is also special defense. Whatever. Alright, let's go do that. I'm hoping to have 10 mil, no idea what to spend it on because it's my first raid season. Kingdra is so good, man. Kingdra is. I've lost too many PvP games to just a Kingdra under the rain, so I decided to make my own. It kind of feels like joining the dark side in a way, because I actually love weather in Pokemon. I think it's one of the coolest mechanics. In PvP, in PokeMMO PvP, in just my opinion, rain sucks. Not because it's bad, because it feels like a coin flip. It feels like the rain team either has a significant advantage over in the matchup, or they have a significant disadvantage. So it's almost like a coin flip of if you get the advantage or not. Which I think is like lame, because you should build the team that like is the least likely to be at a disadvantage. If you have an advantage, great. If you're neutral, outplay them. Kind of deal. You have no idea what to spend it on. Yeah, joining the dark side, dude. I know. But it's fun too. At the same time, like while I get annoyed by it, setting up a Kingdra in the rain and just having my opponent insta rage quit, like that's gonna be an amazing feeling for me. Like I've been on the other side of that for a while now. I'm sorry, how many raids are there? Good question. So there are 3 events coming up. The first one is going to be Halloween event, which will likely drop on October 31st. Again, give it some wiggle room. I'm not a developer, but historically, October 31st, the event will drop, and then it will continue into November for like a week or two. Probably like around 2 weeks or so, maybe a little less. And then the next one will be Christmas, which also will drop on Christmas Day, December 25th. That'll go for like probably that was I think is a little longer. I think that's like around 2 weeks, maybe a little more. And then the last one will be the Lunar New Year event, which will drop on the first day of the Chinese Lunar New Year, which changes every year. And then again, that'll last for around 2 weeks, maybe a little less. That one. Each of those are gonna have raids. That's the ones that we know guaranteed. There are also like. What I think is likely is that there will be some bonus raids. So if you remember from last year, we had an Alpha Suicune raid. They also dropped Heat Ran during like this event season. I think we'll also see like a bonus raid. But per event, it's I can just show you. Wait, sorry. How often are you going to be streaming during event season? I plan on streaming every single day. So I would like to, assuming that the raids drop. My plan is I'm on drop. I will be streaming a completion, like not just an attempt, actually beating the raid the day it drops for all of them. That's my plan. But we'll see if it works out. I mean, I have life stuff going on too and can be busy, but yeah, that's the plan. For anyone that's like not sure where to start with Focus Blasters, okay? Specifically, special attacking fighting types. They're better than the physical fighting types. The Sun team is a classic. Go Ninetales, get a hidden ability Charizard, Darmanitan, stuff like that. Then I would say Rock and Electric is a great other place to look. Rock and Electric types. Then Dark types for Assurance. And lastly, some Bugs. And what you're looking for, hold on. No, we don't want Foul Play. What you're looking for specifically is the highest possible damage that you can get. And to be, I would recommend to be at least 55 base speed. Okay? At least 55 base speed. That's it. That's literally it, man. As much damage as you can possibly do without going lower than 55 base speed. Get a Tailwind Murkrow to you know, do that. And then also you have to be aware that the reason Murkrow is good is because of the hidden ability, which is Prankster, and that doesn't work against dark types, and we will be seeing dark types in Halloween, so it's good to have other ways to set Tailwind. For instance, I have a Tailwind Pelipper, which is timid, so like probably fast enough. Worst case, I throw a Choice Scarf on it. It has max speed. It'll be fine. So yeah, be aware of that stuff, and get as many OT Pokemon as you can, because it does look like they are trying to roll out a way to balance around that, where you have to breed in EV train and XP train your own Pokemon. You can't just buy them off the GTL. You can usually get away with like a couple. So like it's not like you have to have all OT Pokemon. It's like you have to have a certain amount, and how many that is, I think, is what they're currently working out. And I believe that also like the how it's been like for that is that the legendary raids, like the bonus ones I was talking about, like Alpha Suicune and Heatran, I believe have a higher OT clause than just the normal raids for the event. So, there you go. But yeah, have as many OT as possible. It'll just help you. Which is what I'm doing right now, man. That's what I'm doing. I did all the breeding in previous streams. I've talked about that before. I don't think breeding's that complicated. If you're new to it, it's completely different than normal Pokemon, so you have to learn it. But once you learn, I don't think it's that hard to learn. And then it's just doing the grind of EV training and XP training these dudes up to at least 65. At least 65. But the 4-star raids are going to be at level 80. So as many as you can get to level 80, the better. Are you going to make raid breeds for selling for profit? I have. So for me, when I was kind of first learning about raids, I was just breeding as much as I could. Like, anything that anyone ever talked about being a good raid Pokemon, I would breed it. Like, anything. And I would make duplicates. So when I was, like, doing that, I made a bunch of duplicates and try out different natures. Really, the only thing I would be trying out is Adamant, Jolly, Modest, Timid, right? Before, like, I kind of had a better understanding of raids and what the requirements are. If you're wondering, you always want to go attack boosting nature, always. The only exception would be, like, if you are at that 55 base speed, maybe a 50 base speed, you might lean towards speed to make sure you don't get outsped. If you get outsped, you're cooked. You're going to get one shot. So you have to outspeed. But yeah, so the ones that I'm going to sell are the speed ones. So like the Jolly ones, the Timid ones, those are what I'm going to sell. And I'm going to hold on to the Adamant and Modest ones for myself. But yeah. Like I said, I've made a couple for me. It wasn't necessarily like for profit. Like I was making a couple because I knew I could sell them. It was more to just like learn and kind of figure out, you know, like the meta of it, you know, if that makes sense. I can show you when I go in to my PC. I just have like a couple of duplicates with speed boosting natures. That's what I'm gonna sell. Long story short, and I would recommend it. The only problem is, like, okay, and this is like kind of my opinion, again, and the market's very complicated, and I think that it is good. Like it's gonna be good, but it's risky. That's the only thing. It's because, like, again, like we're not developers. We don't know exactly what's coming. We have some pretty good ideas of what's coming, but you know, you don't know exactly. And so if you prep raid mons for a specific raid that doesn't happen, I mean, you can still sell them, but like you'll probably still even make money. But the amount of effort it'll take for the money you're making might not be as worth it, is what I'll say. And it depends as well, right? Because if you're just breeding them and you got level 1s, like, the price will get boosted. Like, if it's a specific Pokemon that people want for raids, that price for just that Pokemon will get boosted. But really, it's those, like, level 65 plus mons that are going to go for a lot of money because they're done. They're ready. They're ready to, like, you can, like, you're doing a raids with your team and you're like, this isn't working. I want to buy a Pokemon for raids. You just go and you buy it to use it right now, right? You're not buying it to then have to EV train it, XP train it, do all this work. Like, you're buying it to just use it right now. And to get a Pokemon to level 65, level 80, EV trained, it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. So I think like, it's a weird balance, and it's kind of hard to like have a great judgment on it. So I think like that's kind of how I went about it, which is probably the way I would recommend is like, if you're gonna do that, let me show you. Let me actually show you a perfect example right now of what how I would go about it. Okay, I have this Rampardos right now, which is a priority for leveling, and then I also have this one, which I'm always just gonna. This is always just gonna be a sell because it's not 31 speed. That's not actually a problem for raids, but I have a better one, so I'm gonna keep the better one. So this one, I'm only gonna EXP train when I get around to it. Like if I have an extra slot in the party, then I'll throw it in. You see what I'm saying? It's not like I'm planning. Like, I have to get that Rampardos to level 65. It's like, if I have an extra slot, it goes in that slot. And then you see what I'm saying? If I have extra time on the charm, then I'll do the Rampardos. It's not like a plan to do that, if that makes sense. So let's see. Let's see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. Okay. Yeah, this, right? It's a one-shot, right? We're about to find out. We're about to find out, like, right now. Come on. I mean, it's super effective. Yeah, easy. Alright, so look, Krugedon just got 6,000 experience, which would have otherwise gone nowhere, right? And then, so these guys were getting 1,900. So they take a 400 EXP cut times 4, okay? So that's 2,400 experience that isn't going to these guys. However, sorry, I was just reading that. I don't want that. Crocodile gets 6,000 where it would have gotten 1,900. You see what I'm saying? You get more total experience doing it this way, but if you don't have a Pokemon capable of taking out a horde, like a good horde, that you also want to level, then, you know, I'll say this too. Also, especially with an EXP charm. You should always do your leveling with an EXP charm, but especially with an EXP charm, at Rampardos' spot, there's a lot of experience left on the table. I mean, it's 6,000 pretty much, right? Or I guess it would be like 4,100 because this would have gotten 1,900. But not even, because we got another Pokemon in. You have to keep that in mind too. Sorry, that's something I didn't even say. So like these four, like, sorry, 1,900, Cranidos, Crunch. No, it's too slow. Sorry, 1,900 was the number for these four being leveled. Okay, now it's these 5. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's better. It's better to do it like this. So, yeah. It's the little things, though. When you're preparing for raids and there's so much you have to do, it's those little things that really make the difference. Honestly, right? Right? This is going to genuinely save me a lot of time. And it's something you guys should always look out for. If you're experience training something that gets Earthquake, Surf, or Discharge, you want to use it to level, not like getting it leveled in the background. Another huge, honestly, I feel like people sleep on that. They don't even understand how much time that's going to save them. Huge tip there. And then I guess just last thing I'll say, just going off of that, the best spots when you're doing that. So for Earthquake, well, they're all good. So Tentacle right here, Battle Frontier and Hoenn, Earthquake and Discharge. For Surf and Earthquake, you have Ninetales and Unova. Okay, so like whatever you have, you can do.